Hello students, today I will take virtual tour to cold storages in India. So in India we have so many cold storages. So presently as of December 2019, so we have around 226.7 lakh tons of cold storage capacity, but the required cold storage capacity stands at 350 lakh tons. The major states which are having cold storages are Uttar Pradesh, Gujarat and Punjab. Uttar Pradesh tops the list with 1817 cold storages having the capacity of 98.82 lakh tons, and Gujarat second 827 cold storages and 30.32 lakh tons of capacity, and Punjab in the third list. So what is cold storage and its types are? So cold storage means basically we use cold storage to preserve the perishable fruits or vegetables or dairy items at optimum temperature. When we maintain optimum temperature, the shelf life of the products would be increased, so that according to the market demand we can supply the products. So in dairy plants, the cold storages are required for the storage of milk, butter, cheese and ice cream, and in other conditions we can store the vegetables, fruits and other product also. The design of the cold storage depends on which product we are going to store in the cold storage. For example, if I want to store ice cream, I have to maintain around minus 25 degrees Celsius the temperature, and if I want to store milk, I have to maintain 3 to 4 degrees Celsius of temperature. These pictures indicate how we can store the fruits and vegetables. And types of cold storage, we can classify the cold storages based on various criteria. So depending on the use of cold store, we can classify it as milk cold storage, cheese cold storage, butter cold storage and potato cold storage, or fruits and vegetables cold storage. So based on which product we are storing, depending on that we can classify the cold storages. And depending on operating temperatures, we can classify the cold storages as cold storage maintained above 0 degrees Celsius, that is for milk, vegetable or the fruits, and cold storage is maintained below 0 degrees Celsius, that is mainly for the ice creams and cheese. So milk storage is used at a temperature above 0 degrees Celsius, and here the temperature mainly depends on the storage load, which means which product we are storing in the or preserving in the cold storage. Depending on that, so we have to decide upon the load, and the frozen storage temperature of the product is also depends on which product we are storing in our cold storage. And the design of the evaporator, air circulation, expansive valve, all these depends on the product or the fruits or the vegetables which we are storing in the cold storage. Then the third classification of the cold storage is based on the construction. So a well built cold storage is called as constructed cold storage, and a walk-in cold storage, which means it's a makeshift cold storage in which ready-made installed cold storage for small applications. These are all makeshift cold storages, and mostly in the dairy building, as per the design and layout, the cold storages are designed. And the types of loads in cold storages are, there are two types of the loads. One is the sensible heat load and another one is the latent heat load. These are the two types of the loads. The sensible heat loads are due to the heat flow through walls, ceilings or floors, doors, or heat gain from the infiltration through the doors opening while moving the products in and out. Then heat received by workers working in the cold storage. Heat load due to lighting, motors and or any other appliances used. So these are all the factors for sensible heat load. And for the latent heat load, it is mainly due to the infiltration of air and heat load from the workers. Next is the construction of cold storage. So the construction of any cold storage mainly depends on the factors like size of the cold storage, products to be stored, incoming temperature of the product, storage temperature, ambient temperature, air change load, and the number of persons working in the cold storage. The location of the cold storage, mainly it is located in the with a good transportation facility where we can move in and out the products in a faster way, and it is always constructed in the cold side of our plants. Next, the size of the cold store mainly depends on the capacity or the products which we want to store, and the method of the storage, working space, air circulation. So these are all factors that decides the dimension of cold storage. And construction of cold storages, and the basic construction of a cold storages is similar to just construction of our buildings or the houses or the room, but while doing the masonry work, the plastered with a thick mortar like 25 millimeter thick plaster material they will use, and they will use thermocol or expanded polystyrene cork are widely used. And the insulating materials, they are used for the to avoid thermal conductivities. So the low thermal conductivity insulating materials are used, and they are used at all the places in our cold storages like ceilings, floors, walls, windows, and all the places. And vapor barriers are used where they want to prevent the moisture migration and to protect the insulation from moisture condensation. So the various vapor barriers are sheet of aluminum, stainless steel, aluminum foils, plastic film, bitumen. So these are all the various types of vapor barriers they use on the low thermal conductivity material. Bitumen and aluminum are also used. Refrigerant is a liquid, so which flows around the cold storage and responsible for the heat exchange. It will take the heat from the cold storage and leaves it out. The main refrigerants used are CFCs, HCFCs, HFCs, HCs, and natural represent. CFCs are old refrigerant. It is called as chlorofluorocarbons, which were used in the first case, and these were eliminated in 2000 because they were very harmful to the ozone layer. And HCFCs stands for hydrochlorofluorocarbon refrigerant, and this also considerably is harmful for the ozone layer and will be eliminated by 2030. And the next type of the refrigerator is HFCs. This means the ventilation system refrigeration. So these are not dangerous because they do not contain any chlorine, and these are most commonly used HFCs actually. And HCs, these are the cooling refrigerants. These are azeotropic. Azeotropic means these are the mixtures or solutions which have same contents when they are in a vapor phase or in the liquid phase. And these are the most currently used refrigerator. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the virtual visit to cold storage.